The musical accompaniment was provided by Gabriel, and angels were so happy that 10,000 of them danced on the head of a pin. My husband had dropped out of architecture school and become a builder. In fact, in Britain, where he had lived, he was called a master builder. We married in Los Angeles, where he bought and rebuilt old houses, then sold them at handsome profits. I should have told you the title of this piece. The title is very good. It's called A House Can Hurt, A Home Can Heal. A house can hurt, a home can heal. So we moved to Sonoma County, where he found more old houses to refurbish. He restored a genteel, polished look to old Victorians and modernized 1930s bungalows. After several years of a rapturous married life, we moved to the Pacific Palisades, into a futuristic condo that thrust its living room out over a Californian canyon with a daring and an insouciance usually to be found only in a practiced drunk pretending sobriety. There, on that very expensive and posh settlement, the foundation of my marriage began to collapse. With all heart-sore love, as I say, I don't know what went wrong, but I suspect it was the house. The living room was 2 stories high, and I put my large 3 by 5 foot paintings on the walls. And upon those vast reaches they diminished and began to look little better than enlarged colour posters. I laid my Indian and Pakistani rugs on the floor over the beige wall-to-wall carpeting, and they drowned in the vastness of the living room, appearing little more than colourful table mats on a large boardroom table. Everything was built in: standard oven, microwave oven, grill, garbage disposal, compactor. There was nothing for my husband to do. Before, when our marriage had shown weaknesses, as all marriages do, I suppose, I would argue with my husband on his procrastination in taking out the garbage, or his failure to separate the cans from the glass bottles, or his refusal to brush the Weber clean and empty the ashes. But alas, since the house did everything itself, I couldn't blame him for his inconsequential failures, and was forced to face up to the real problems. Floundering or not, we still had the ability to talk to each other. I asked what he thought was the matter. He said, "It's this damned house. We are simple people and it's too damn pretentious." I did question if we were truly simple people. I was the first black female writer-producer at 20th Century Fox, a member of the Board of Trustees of an American Film Institute, and lecturer at universities around the world, from Yale to the University of Milan in Italy. He was a builder from London, a graduate of the London School of Economics, the first clear nude centerfold for Cosmopolitan magazine, and formerly husband of Germaine Greer. Our credentials, good and bad, hardly added up to our being simple people. We agreed that the house was separating us. He thought it was time to move back to Northern California, where the grass was greener and the air was purer and we could live simpler lives. I would write poetry and he would build ordinary houses. He went on a quest to the Bay Area and found an Art Deco house in the hills of Oakland with a magnificent view of the Golden Gate Bridge. His happiness was contagious. Our marriage was back on track. We were a rather eccentric, loving, unusual couple, determined to live life with flair and laughter. We bought the house on Castle Drive from a couple who had married the year before, and had been busy bringing the house back to its original, classical 3 pastel colours. I admit it was a little disconcerting to find that the couple had divorced before they had even moved into the house. But I decided that that was their affair, and not necessarily a bad omen for our new home. Would you like me to stop there? Or shall I continue into the way this house hated her? From the minute she got in there, the house hated her. Shall I leave it there, I think? This book is